What's going on, fellas? We're back with episode numero dos of our Blowing Up the Leafs series. We're starting season 1 playoffs against the Buffalo Sabres. We'll take a quick little peek at our lines just to kind of show you guys what has transpired so far. We traded both Tavares and Marner. And we are rocking lines of Domi, Matthews, Nylander, Arvidsson, Robertson, DeBrusk, Nyes, Kampf, Holmberg, Amadio, Gregor, and Gambel. Goalies, we've got Jeremy Swayman and Joseph Wall. And on the defensive end, we've got Morgan Riley, Connor Timmins, Timothy Liljegren, Simon Benoit, and Adam Pelech and Nikita Zadorov. And that's kind of what we're rocking into this first round playoff series. And we'll see what the boys are able to do here. I'm gonna jump right in. First period is going to end up 3-0 Buffalo. Thompson, Greenway, Atkinson with the goals. Second period, we get one back. Zadorov. And third period ends with a 5-3 Buffalo win. We actually tied up with goals from Domi and Arvidsson, but Middlestat gets one more, and then they tack on an empty netter from Greenway. Rough first period from Swayman there. Simon Benoit's got a concussion. All right. Game number 2 on home ice. Starting off first period, nothing. Shots 14-9 in favor of the Maple Leafs. Second period, Dylan Cousins gets Buffalo on the board, 1-0. Third period, fucking absolute goal fest, ends 4-3 Buffalo. Chatfield, the Nylander, and DeBrusk answer. Peterka, Tuck, and Domi gets one back for us, but another Buffalo comes into Toronto, takes both off. Holmberg and Nyes, both the -2. And same with Camp. Rough time for that line. Matthews with 2 points, Nylander 2 points, Domi 2 points. But that is not what we wanted to see on this rebuild of the Maple Leafs. We get home ice. We'll just let the assistant GM fucking do the best roster for right now. Montreal up 3-0 on the Bruins. 2-1, 2-1, 2-0, 2-0. And Philadelphia also taking both games on the road. We've got a big, massive game 3 in Buffalo. First period, and it's going to be 1-0 Buffalo with Matthew Savoy getting them on the board. Second period, we answer Dake DeBrusk. Dake DeBrusk with 2 goals. Big period by DeBrusk. And the third period is going to end 4-1 for the Maple Leafs. Morgan Riley and Austin Matthews tack on extras. As that is a big bounce back game, mostly from Jeremy Swayman. DeBrusk with 3 points. Nylander's got 2. What a game by DeBrusk. And Jeremy Swayman answers with 1 goal against on 27 shots. That's what we need from him. Going up against Levi in this first round. That is what we need. HL season's done. Get Yarncroak back in the lineup. Excuse me, dude. My throat is not really cooperating with me right now. But big game 4 here. Can we get both in Buffalo? Bring it back to an even series. Back to Toronto. Tyson Jost with the opener for Buffalo. 1-0 yet again after the first. Second period, we don't get the same response. Rasmus Dahlin, Matthew Nyes answers, but Tage Thompson gets another one before the period ends. We're going to run this one slow. See what we can do. Power play for Toronto? Nothing. Buffalo kills it off. Power play again? And we get one. Max Domi on the power play brings us within one. Power play for Buffalo. Kill it off. Massive. Can we find another one before the end of this game here? And the answer is going to be no. Levi, once again with a spectacular game. As Nyes and Domi as your goal scorers, Arvidsson, Kampf, and Matthews find assists. Our first line got picked apart, -2 on the game. And Buffalo takes a commanding 3-1 series lead on the back of Dylan Levi. Let's see if we can keep our season alive on home ice. First period going to be 2-1 for Buffalo. Tage Thompson, Dylan Cousins, Arvidsson gets one back. Second period 3-2. Quinn and Riley gets one back for us again, and we are back against the wall. Down 3-2 going into the third period here. Do we have what it takes to pull off a gutsy win? And it's looking like that answer is going to be no, as Ian Cole gets another one for Buffalo. And it appears Toronto season once again, as Rasmus Dahlin texts on an empty netter, once again will be coming to an end in the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs, with a 5-2 defeat in Game 5 to the Buffalo Sabres. We'll take a kind of gander at that's regular season. Nylander, Domi, DeBrusk, Matthews, all points per game. And then really nothing from anybody else in the series. And obviously, Jeremy Swayman, I mean, he didn't play terribly, but a 903, 3.23 goals against average. When you compare that to his, why was I saying Devon? When you compare that to Levi, 924 and a 2.8. But once again, let's do best lines. All right. Once again, not what we wanted to see. We've got very few draft picks to work with. And the Calgary Flames are Stanley Cup champions. Let's see. I doubt we have anybody. Yeah, no, nobody from the Leafs retiring. I mean, there's no reason for us to do any draft interviews. Like I said, we have essentially no draft picks. We've got one in the second round, all the way down at 60. Grab Soliov. I don't even know how to pronounce that, but um grab per person. Per person. What a name. I just like to pick goalies, honestly. And then we're all the way back down in round 5. Got a right D. I mean, honestly, most of these guys I would need to actually have a decent amount. And actually run our scouts properly. But I mean, we don't have first round picks for a very long time. We've got a scout recommendation there once again, and that will be our draft. Not many picks, only 6 of them. Alrighty. Now we've got to decide. Honestly, we should have however, we only have 11 million. We can give Nice that. That's what Holberg wants. That is perfect for me. I don't even know why I qualified him. He doesn't want an extension, so that's fine by me. I want. Timmins actually had a pretty solid year. Simon Benoit, I also would like to keep. K wants 3 mil, which is fine. I mean, we just don't have room for him on our. What does he want? He wants 1 at 1.5. That is more than fine. I want to get him signed. Hildeby is like, do I want him? Probably for 800,000 for 1 year. All right, and then the only other guy that's really kind of notable, Noah Gregor. But we're just gonna advance the day, see what we get. Wool, we're back, nice. All right. So McCabe said no, which is fine by me. We'll qualify him. Honestly, we're going to release him, and then we're going to just straight up offer. Noah Gregor wants a 2-way deal, which is mint. Mint for me. Got everybody signed there. He's qualified. And then I've just got to decide what we want to do with the... We're going to sign him just to kind of see what he would turn into. Connor Simmons wants $2 million. We'll release McCabe. I mean, Connor Timmins wants $2 million. And I mean, you look, our defense core isn't great. Obviously, we've got two very solid guys in Riley and Pellick. Who wants a 2-year or 2-way? You'll want a 2-way too, yeah. That's more than fine. All right. I mean, I think that, this will just be who it is. Gregor's back. We got the 2 defensemen and obviously the the entry level guy. All right. I mean, that'll be everybody. I mean, I need to decide. I'm probably just going to qualify him. Just because, like, do I really want? Do I really want him on a 1-way deal? Not overly. I mean, could just release him too. I mean, chances are I'm going to try and target another defenseman in free agency. That or a very quality left winger. Those are probably our main targets, but that'll be everybody in terms of people that I want to sign. I mean, I would be interested to get this guy maybe under contract just to see what he develops into, but everybody else, all our other RFAs have been qualified. Nobody on the forwards I really care about signing. All right, so season 1 was a failure. All right. Let's see So we've got just under 10 million in cap space. Joe Pavelski back for another year. Lindell. Lindell is on the board. Jeff Petrie, I mean, zoom, come closer. Gavrikov. Okay, well, we don't really have that winger that I was hoping to see. I mean, Tyler Toffoli would be that guy. I suppose. I don't really have. I mean, he only wants 4 years. I mean, I'm sure we could clear up space for him. But other than that, everybody else I'm cool on. Petrie could be a 1-year flyer for us for sure, to kind of boost up our right side D. D'Angelo also. Honestly, I would not hate like D'Angelo and a D'Angelo Pellick pairing. I don't think that would be too bad. But it's just a matter of trying to exactly decide. I mean, most of these people aren't going to be a huge improvement over what we got, but it feels like a waste to not do something. And Boston has let Allmark go to free agency. I mean, he wants 8.25 mil, so I guess it makes sense. I mean, we're not going to find a better backup than yeah, and then I mean Noah Dobson's there, but don't have the money to get him for sure. That is one thing we know for sure. We'll offer D'Angelo that 2-year deal, and I think that is going to be all that we do in free agency. Colton Parayko. Nah. Not really what we're looking for. Okay, let me. Is this guy on our trade block? No, he's not. People just want him. I don't want to give up. I'm not giving up that goalie. I'm not giving him up. Jeff Petrie. So they signed Petrie in free agency and immediately try and flip him. Eric Lindell also signed in free agency, immediately tried to be flipped. Oh man, I don't want good Branson. I don't want good Branson. I don't want Cam Fowler either. I don't want Pareko. Dude, I wish that there was a way that like I could like if it's the same like it's the same players every time from the same teams. Like that's Goodbranson's that's their fifth time trying to trade me Goodbranson. I wish there was a setting that like if I decline it once. Like that's just it. I mean, I don't hate those lines to start. I'm just just swap those sides. I mean, there's just not going to be a yeah, but I just hate to put Pellick on our third line defense. But I mean, that might just we'll just try that for now. And we're rocking Jeremy Swayman, just Joseph Wall once again. Captains, we're just gonna keep them the same. Yeah, Matthews with a C, Nylander 1A, Riley 1A. Stones forever. Boom. All right, let's see what we can do, man. I've got faith. I really do have faith in this roster. I mean underperformed, but what else is new with the Maple Leafs? Underperforming in the playoffs. We're just gonna go 2 months right out the gate. I mean, it's really a month and a half. This first month, it's only. Dude, Yarncrow can just not stay healthy, man. At all. All right. So far, not the greatest start we've ever seen. Oh my god. We're kind of getting cooked. All right. But I mean, the Atlantic is a weak division this year. Lots of teams hovering around that 500 mark. So I mean, if we can just have a strong month here, then who knows? Nylander leading the way with 32 points in 23 games. Jake DeBrusk there at 25. Matthews at 25. Domi at 25. Arvidsson point per game. Riley just under. D'Angelo's got 15. Robertson. Nyes is a minus 14. And Swayman struggling, to say the least. I would say struggling, to say the least. Struggling, to say the least, from Jeremy Swayman. Seven to six. Holy. All right, this has been a big bounce back month so far for us. And now that I've said that, we lose 3 in a row. That's all right. We're going to finish 21, 14, and 12, putting us in a playoff spot. 1 point back of the Atlantic Division leading Sabres, Golden Knights, and the Oilers having themselves a year, as well as the Ducks. All right. Go one more month, get us to the All-Star break. Again, great start so far. Blues get their coach gone. Liljegren back in the lineup, which is beautiful. And so far, Dennis Hillberry injured again for the Marlies. Don't really have interest in. I mean, there's no point in claiming a defenseman. We have so many mid defensemen. Oh, no. Gotta snap this guy. Gotta snap this skid. Nice. Big win against the Oilers. Finish it off 2-0-1. Finished off 29-19-3. Tied for the division lead with the Canadiens, the Sabres, Panthers, all with games in hand. And we are only 6 points up on a playoff spot. As it stands right now, Matthews with a nice couple of months there, leading our team at 66 points with 39 goals. Nylander at 64. Domi's up to 61. Riley's at 46. Arvidsson 45. DeBrusk 44. And then Yarncroke, I mean, man, if this guy could just stay healthy, man. He's got 29 points in 38 games. Just can't stay healthy. D'Angelo's putting up nice numbers. Nyes and Robertson still getting caved defensively. I mean, great years from Domi, great year from DeBrusk, great year from Arvidsson. That second line is really putting in some work for us. And Joseph Woll, we're just not playing Woll at all. Swayman's just getting absolutely. We're just riding the Swayman train, I guess. Which kind of fine by me. I mean, actually, I have no idea if they even were auto-rotating last year, so maybe I need to be on top of that more, personally. I could have sworn I just turned it on where they auto-rotate, but maybe they don't, so I'm going to let Woll... We're going to put Woll in that starting spot here after the All-Star break. Give Swayman some fucking games off, man. I'm just going to give Woll 6 starts. Back to back to back. Fine by me. Get us up by 3 points. And I'll give him another 3 starts. Give him another 3. He played pretty well. Good enough for us, for sure. 6-5 is a tough loss, but that's all right. 35, 22, and 3 for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Nylander takes over the points lead once again. Oh, but now Swayman's back in front now. So, like, I guess it is set to auto switch starters. I guess our coach just said, I don't care, is essentially what he said. Which, I mean, I respect that. I respect that. Well, there is Jeremy Swayman out with a torn groin, not going to be back until the playoffs. We are going to be buying once again. We're going to see Brad Marchand is on the block. Now, wouldn't that just be the ultimate? I mean, we have already got Swayman. He's got 1 year left at 8.370 million. I mean, the only way that this is going to get him to retain 2 million. Want him. I mean, do we get rid of another draft pick? It's always weird to me that these teams that are rebuilding, they don't want the first rounders. That might be enough to get it to go through, though. Mugly and a first. I mean, defense. I mean, again, I don't want to be really trading that pick. So I guess let me see people that they would want. Nobody of real value. I don't want to give both top 4 defensemen away. I mean, let's just see if this will go through. Throw in a second rounder. I mean, if this doesn't get it done, then I don't know if we even attempt. I mean, that means it's going to go through. All right. Brad Marchand. Brad Marchand is a Toronto Maple Leaf. Nugent Hopkins goes to Philadelphia. Ginla. Brad Marchand is a Toronto Maple Leaf. I've just pissed everybody off. I mean, how could you not, though, right? How could you not? I mean, 1 year flyer on him. I'm not going to re sign him. I have no interest in re signing him, but this gives me that elite winger that I was after, and we've got Marchand, Matthews, Nylander on the top line. That allows Domi to center this great second line of DeBrusk, Arvidsson. Yarncroke drops down to third C. And now it's going to be a question mark of probably goaltending for us with Swayman out. But I think that this team should have what it takes. Justin Hall on waivers. Morgan Riley out for a little bit. It's all right. All right. Well, we haven't clinched yet, but we've essentially clinched. We're 12 points up. So we'll just go take it right to the end of the regular season. And Jeremy Swayman back for the regular season closer. We've clinched top spot in the Atlantic, top spot in the East, actually, at 48-28 and 6. Actually, top spot. No, not top spot in the league. The Ducks and Oilers are ahead. All right. See what we can do. Let's take a look at our regular season ending. Nylander finishes with 114 points. Matthews with 110. Domi with 92. Marchand with 88. Arvidsson 73. DeBrusk 68. Riley puts up 63. Yarncroke, D'Angelo both right around 50. Robertson, Nyes 29-30. I mean, not bad at all from our offense. Jeremy Swayman and Joseph Woll both sub 900 save percentages, well above 3 goals against per game. But all things considered, good enough, but we need somebody to step up in the playoffs for sure. Linus Ullmark with the Detroit Red Wings leading the league in wins. I mean, honestly, their save percentages, I guess, aren't that terrible when looking at the rest of the league. Nylander leading the league in points. Matthews there in second. Looks like Matthews will be getting the Richard. And Nylander with the Art Ross. Let's see what we can do in the playoffs. Second season, second playoffs. We're gonna jump into it. Actually, no. We're gonna do the same thing that I did last time. 45 minutes is plenty of a time. plenty enough time for an episode. So yet again, I recorded this before before I even uploaded the second part. I might be doing more franchise modes after this though. So same standard goes. Any comments, concerns, improvements that you feel like I can do for this, for sure let me know. I'm definitely going to be messing around with the scouts more, but I mean, I keep trading away our first round picks, or we just didn't have them to begin with, so I don't really care about scouting for guys that are going to be going third round, fourth round, fifth round. You know, personally going out and scouting them. But yeah, I appreciate anybody that's watching at all, especially if you've watched this far. And we'll be back next episode with season 2 playoffs and see if this time we've got what it takes to get out of that dreaded first round. Appreciate you fellas watching. Drop a like, drop a comment, all that good stuff. Sub to the channel. We'll do a little plug at the end of the video. Sub to the channel. I'm going to try and be super active on YouTube with various content. So if you just like video games, man, it'll be a good place to hang out. Appreciate y'all, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out, fellas.